There is nothing in this world that cannot be explained with logic and reason. Nothing in this world.
Every fiber of the earth, every molecule reverberates in anticipation of the awakening. The abyss calls for me, Mr. Holmes, as it does for you.
All right. I am Watson, and I will check to see if he is alive. I'm going to say no.
No. Reckoning. Great one. Lightning.
I should examine him before he has another seizure. Blunt trauma to the cranium, dilated pupils, lips moving without a sound. Cold sweat. 2, no, 3 ribs fractured. Pulse is racing, 110 beats a minute. Severed fingers, the wounds are inflamed. Arneson is delirious after all he's endured.
Yeah.
We can't get into the boat in a state like that. It's dangerous to us and him.
Sedated, Alligators. I don't think I have everything that I need. So we're gonna go look around for stuff. Because I don't think I have anything that would sedate him.
This is Dwale, induces sleep and relaxation.
That's something. How do I administer it, though?
Salvia divinorum provokes visual hallucinations.
Salvia, okay.
A gluey decoction. The smell is herby but sharp. It appears burnt, judging by the color.
Unknown decoction.
Pokeweed berries, though they appear harmless, the whole plant is lethal. Some kind of amanita mushroom, extremely poisonous. Pharmacopoeia, listing drugs, effects, and directions for you.
Pharmacist's Handbook: How to Treat Without Killing. This book is a helpful assistant on your journey to becoming a competent pharmacist. Every drop, crumble, or grain of a substance that can bring a sick patient back to life, every drop, crumble, or grain of a substance can bring a sick patient back to life, but may kill him if dispensed carelessly. It is crucial to know what can help and what can kill. Each chapter provides a brief description of every substance used in pharmacy. Remember, be precise, be patient, learn from the mistakes of others. That is the preferred method.
Odorless, watery, and hard to identify.
Transparent liquid. It could even be water. Okay.
Hard to tell what it says.
Prove worth by giving life to the great Lord. Rejoice, for he is coming. The deep water calls. Are they worshipping Cthulhu or Dagon? Where'd Sherlock go?
I just need a second, John.
Gotta go with the crazy stuff. Look, eels. Interesting.
Please tell me there are no eels inside, Arneson.
Alright, so that all went into the Mind Palace, so that means that we have what we need. Dwale. Extremely poisonous. The least hurtful thing here is salvia. Yeah, okay. Okay. Stone alcove. Amino mushrooms are extremely poisonous. I don't know what this is, though. What do you want? Alrighty. Balls with blood. What the hell do you want? Hold on. What? Stop. Alrighty.
The walls are spinning. Let me catch my breath.
The nightmares these poor souls had to endure. I can't decipher that text.
Looks like Chinese. Or Japanese. I can never really tell the difference between Asian scripts. Let me forget. Please let me forget. None of these are helpful.
I wonder what this language is.
Looks like Spanish. Can't interact with him until I figure out this issue. Oh, I need to do some research in the archive, don't I? Transparent liquid. Smell odorless. Transparent. Medicinals? No. Spirits. Snake venom. Typically looks like yellow water. It has no impurities or foam. A few drops of snake venom diluted or mixed with other substance. It's a muscle relaxant. 1 drop per 80 pounds. Well, that's our other solution. Muscle relaxant means he's not going to be thrashing around. Dwale and snake venom. Oh, and just grab the 2 ingredients. Got it.
This should help soothe Arneson.
I need some fresh air.
Yes, please go. I'll be right behind you with Arneson. Perhaps you can prepare the boat.
Alrighty. Hooray, cultists.
Free me festering soul and let me feel. Eyes without purpose and now see the truth. Tear me mind from me flesh, score me festering soul. Phantoms of nothing, we are born to die. Filth in the eyes of our eldritch lord.
Free my festering soul and let me feel.
Oh, please, I wish to return. Free me, let me return. Free me and rejoice.
Eyes without purpose, I now see the truth. Tear my mind from my flesh.
Thanks.
Holmes, are you all right? Here, let me help.
I'm fine.
Holmes? Sherlock! What the hell were you doing? He almost killed you.
I don't... You're right. Let's go, Watson.
Okay, so we have Arneson now.
Bon Dieu, still among the living.
For now.
Though not for lack of trying by the sheriff.
Well, he'd been telling people you died in the swamp despite his trying to save you. Crooked man, through and through. Wait, is that Mr. Arneson?
Yes, but he's not well. Do you know Lucy?
Belle from the nymph? That I do.
Please bring her here. Mr. Arneson needs to see a familiar face if he's to have any chance of surviving.
Power of the heart. I get you. Wait here.
Errol? Oh, Errol!
Reckon we should give him space. Farewells are painful.
No. Tell me that's not true.
Watson?
Mr. Arneson has endured a lot. Lost 4 fingers, a lot of blood, and some of his sanity. But with
I
rest
saw
and
his
tender
sanity
care,
gauge.
he
It
ought to
was
survive
low.
those injuries, both physical and mental.
Thank you, Johnny. I'll take care of him. Thank you for bringing him home to me. We'll be all right.
Are you quite certain? Do you have the space? The resources?
He
I
certainly
will stay
does.
with him at the mansion. It is not a burden to take care of your love.
His property is in quite a state. It may not be the best place for recuperation.
Hush now. Champagne will see it sorted.
Then it's settled. Hear that, Errol? Us living under one roof. Careful what you wish for. Oh, and champagne? I'm about sick of watching that sheriff run riot through New Orleans. We ought to talk.
Funny. I was just thinking that grub did nothing to save your man. Together, I reckon you, me, and Errol have the sway to make some changes round here.
I like the sound of that.
Holmes, our boat.
Oh, we must make haste. Farewell all. Take care.
Wait, we went all the way back to London? I didn't expect to see London again. Interesting. Okay.
Who's there?
Who do you think?
Let it be known that I'm handy with this revolver.
Nonsense, Dr. Watson. As I understand it, when faced with the imperative to defend oneself, one's comrades, and one's nation, you fled.
I...
Aren't you going to introduce us, Sherlock?
Watson, meet my brother Mycroft, the Queen's best boy. This is a grim augury indeed, for wherever Mycroft travels, tedium surely follows.
In contrast, of course, to Sherlock, a man whose obsessive pursuit of the trivial tears through the most carefully laid plans like a hurricane. Do you have any idea what you have disrupted?
Your ego is inflated as much as your waistband. What word comes to mind?
You work for the government?
International trade is a delicate beast. Your antics in Edelweiss have jeopardized one of the Crown's richest relationships.
Yeah, I don't care.
As rich as all the butter you've been slathering on your bread?
We need your help.
What?
He's not really chubby. What is
Strange
going
use
on?
and savagery like I have never seen. Something otherworldly festering in the dark beyond our reach. We have seen things that defy explanation. Mystic forces, magic. You must help us.
It's true.
The British government does not invest its resources in the insane or intoxicated. Pull yourself together.
I know men like you. Men like you grease palms, whisper in ears, start wars, and you send men like me to die in them. You and the rest of your corpulent cronies.
Ah, corpulent. That was it.
Interesting, Sherlock. But as you again drift away from sanity, you find yourself another John.
All right, so the choice is made.
I beg your pardon?
There is only us. We cannot run from this problem. I shall take the book and Davy's cryptic message to Barnes. See what he makes of it.
Okay. That was a weird scene. Like he's playing his violin.
As you were, Watson. Do what you must.
You know, in the book, or I guess the stories, because it's not really one book, because these were originally magazine publications, right? So there are only a few full novels, which is interesting because Conan Doyle.
By the Strand for all the details.
Yes. Another another compatriot of Conan Doyle, also had his work published in in magazines rather. So it doesn't really have, books. He didn't write novels. He wrote short stories, right? That would be one H.P. Lovecraft around the same time, actually. So these two realms kind of play well with each other. But in the stories, he isn't really the tortured genius, And I've never seen his relationship with Mycroft characterized in this way.
It has been a while, Barnes.
Dr. Watson, indeed it has, and good to see you as always. How can I help?
Barnes, does Stevenson's guiding light mean anything to you?
Well, my mind first goes to Robert Louis Stevenson, an up-and-coming author. I've been following his work in the periodicals. Interesting man. I take it his literary pursuits are somewhat of a deviation from the family business.
What makes you say that?
He wrote a poem. Let me see if I have it still. Yes. Say not of me that weakly I declined the labours of my sires, and fled the sea, the towers we founded, and the lamps we lit.
The labours of his sires. I wonder what they do.
I have a book on great British families. If the Stevensons have achieved anything of note, they will be in there. Please, feel free to take a look. It should be on the shelves to the right.
Much obliged. Someone is full of pep.
Oh, yes. Mr. Holmes, he
Gave
was quite the
me
inspiration.
heroin.
Last time you were in town, he offered me some stirring advice, which I have since acted upon.
Holmes is nothing if not provocative.
Indeed, the thorny truth is often hard to hear, but it did the job, and now my heart is full.
I'm glad to hear it.
Much obliged, Doctor.
I'm not going to ask him to translate the
take
book
care.
quite yet. Because here's the thing. We have a Necronomicon. That's a bad thing to have. Storm of the Century. The Tempest, which many already call the Storm of the Century, has been raging west of Lochaber. Lochaber's coastline over the past fortnight. Officials are alarmed by the signs of the storm's intensification. The storm is taking a toll on shipping and seamen's lives, with 34 ships reported lost. Even as this article goes to press, hundreds of lives hang in the balance, with seamen struggling against the elements. Sadly, the Royal Navy rescues Sadly, the Royal Navy rescue is forbidden to launch any search parties due to the dangerous conditions. Her Majesty Queen Victoria held an emergency meeting with her ministers about the crisis along the coast, and it was learned that similar phenomena of lower importance are occurring around the world. In other news, a French leaf with the initials AL is toying with Scotland Yard. AL. What's the girl's name? Great British Families. This volume gathers facts, stories, and gossip about members and successes of Great British families. It is a somewhat chauvinistic account of British finest. No.
For some reason, it makes my skin crawl.
Yeah, it's weird Cthulhu art. It's awesome.
You take care.
Stevenson's Guiding Light. Up and coming Scottish author Robert Louis Stevenson. He veered away from his family's non-literary vocation, as suggested in one of his poems. So it would be Scotland. The period would be in the 1800s. And fled the sea, so maritime. The book Greatest British Families reminds... What? The book Greatest British Families briefly mentions the Stevensons, famed for their lighthouses across all of Scotland. Funnily enough, the first Stevenson in the lineage shares the same name as the latest, the author, Robert Louis Stevenson. Ever since the Bellrock Lighthouse's erection in 1810, the Stevensons have left their mark around Scotland via Ever since the Bellrock Lighthouse's erection in 1810, the Stevensons have left their mark around Scotland via civil engineering feats in the maritime industry. Whether the lighthouses were built by Robert Stevenson or his sons, Alan, David, and Thomas, sailors roaming around Scotland's coastline have the dynasty to thank for guiding them to prosperity and safety. Alrighty. So, the Stevensons built lighthouses. Far from Stevenson's light. I really don't want to give him this book. People who read the Necronomicon tend to go insane.
Last time we met, you mentioned your knack for translating occult texts. I was wondering if you could help me with this book.
Certainly, Goodness. Where on earth did you procure this grimoire?
That's a long story. What do you make of it?
It seems to describe pagan rituals, ancient deities. Wow, what a marvel. I can try and translate it for you.
Probably not the
just the pages
best.
bearing that symbol. This section, really.
Entity of ocean or time. Oh my. Oh, already on it, as you can tell.
If you can have it done at your earliest convenience, that would be lovely.
Watson, what have you done?
A moment, please. Spellbinding pages.
That's what I'm worried about. Hello.
Take care of your master.
And you've got a puppy, too. Take care of him, because next time we see him, he might be eating you. This is a poor, poor decision, Watson.
Another sinking near Scotland. By the Strand for all the details. Just back from a trip, Doctor. You look exhausted.
221B.
Am I mad? This painting wasn't here last time, was it?
I don't think it was.